In what could be one of the most exciting developments of the summer transfer window, Rayan Cherki, one of France's brightest attacking talents, has reportedly sent a direct message of intent to Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola, signaling his readiness to embrace a new challenge in the Premier League. The Olympique Lyonnais star has long been on the radar of Europe's elite, but with Manchester City now showing serious interest, the 21-year-old playmaker could be on the verge of a career-defining move to the Etihad Stadium. This article dives deep into Cherki's profile, his career so far at Lyon, the nature of his message to Pep Guardiola, and how he might fit into the reigning Premier League champion squad for the upcoming season. The rise of Rayan Cherki, a Lyon prodigy born in Lyon in 2003 to Algerian and Italian descent. Rayan Cherki joined Olympique Lyonnais Youth Academy at just 7 years old. Almost immediately, coaches recognized his outstanding flair, creativity, and technique, qualities that defined Lyon's academy philosophy for decades. By the age of 16, he became the youngest player in Lyon's history to feature in a League One match, and not long after, he was breaking records in European competitions. Cherki's technical ability has always been his hallmark. A left-footed maestro capable of playing as an attacking midfielder, winger, or false nine, he is renowned for his dribbling, vision, and a level of improvisational genius rarely seen in players his age. His performances in League One and the UEFA Youth League made it abundantly clear. This was no ordinary talent. Despite Lyon's inconsistency over the last few seasons, Cherki has often been a beacon of hope. His ability to unlock defenses, glide past opponents, and create scoring chances from seemingly impossible angles made him one of the most entertaining players in France. Yet, even with his undeniable talent, questions have been raised about his maturity, consistency, and defensive work rate, areas Pep Guardiola is known to demand excellence in. Cherki's message to Pep: "I'm ready." According to several French and English outlets, including L'Équipe and The Athletic, Cherki recently made a bold statement, reportedly saying, "I've admired Pep Guardiola's team since I was a child. His style is what I live for as a footballer: movement, freedom, and total football. If he sees me as part of his project, I'm ready to fight for that shirt. I'm ready for Manchester City." This message, made during an interview while on international duty with the French U23 team, has been interpreted by many as a direct plea to Guardiola to bring him into the fold. With Cherki's contract at Lyon entering its final year, this could be the perfect moment for both player and club to part ways. Manchester City's interest. Why now? With City possibly reshaping their squad this summer, especially after the departure of key attacking midfielder Bernardo Silva, heavily linked with PSG and Barcelona, Guardiola is believed to be on the lookout for a versatile, creative player who can operate between the lines, beat defenders in tight spaces, and contribute to the build-up with flair and intelligence. Cherki fits that profile, and more. At 21, he offers youth, upside, and a stylistic resemblance to players like Riyad Mahrez, who left City in 2023, and David Silva, both of whom excelled under Guardiola's tutelage. Manchester City's director of football, Cherki Begiristain, is said to be a long-term admirer of Cherki, and with the club's analytics department reportedly flagging his progressive carries, expected assists XA, and chance creation stats as among the best in League One for his age group, the move feels increasingly likely. Tactical fit. Where would Cherki play? At Manchester City, versatility is everything. Guardiola has deployed wingers as central midfielders, fullbacks as inverted creators, and central defenders as holding midfielders. For Cherki, the question is not, can he fit, but where will he thrive most? 1. Attacking midfield, Aquatscher number 10 role. Cherki's most natural position is as a number 10, floating behind a central striker. This is the space where Kevin De Bruyne and Phil Foden currently excel, but with De Bruyne entering the latter stages of his career and often managing his fitness, Cherki could become a natural understudy and eventual successor. Second right winger, inverted playmaker. With Mahrez gone, The right wing spot is one of the most tactically fluid positions in City's setup. Cherki, with his left-footedness, could operate in the same mold, drifting inside, combining with Rodri and De Bruyne, and opening spaces for overlapping fullbacks like Kyle Walker or Rico Lewis. Third, false nine Guardiola loves to reinvent players. Just as he transformed Foden and Bernardo into central players, he could mold Cherki into a false nine, especially when Erling Haaland is rested. Cherki's ability to drop deep, link play, and confuse defensive lines could be a valuable weapon in certain fixtures. What Pep Guardiola thinks. While Pep Guardiola hasn't publicly commented on Cherki, those close to the City boss suggest that the Spaniard respects Cherki's raw creativity, but has concerns about his discipline off the ball. However, Guardiola has a history of refining such talents. Phil Foden, for instance, was kept under Guardiola's wing for several seasons before being unleashed. Leroy Sané initially struggled with defensive duties but later blossomed. If Guardiola is confident in Cherki's mindset and hunger, he could offer the young Frenchman the ideal environment to fulfill his potential. A transformative move? For Cherki, joining Manchester City would not only elevate his career, but also test his maturity and resilience at the highest level. The transition from League One to the Premier League is significant, and City's standards are ruthlessly high. But if it works, this could be transformational, both for City and Cherki. The Premier League has seen many generational talents flourish under Guardiola, and Cherki has the raw tools to join that elite list. Moreover, Cherki's arrival could signal a philosophical evolution at City. While the team remains tactically dominant, the flair and unpredictability that Cherki brings could add a new dimension, especially in tight Champions League matches, where individual brilliance often makes the difference. The bigger picture: France, Guardiola, and the Olympic Games, with Cherki also set to feature prominently for France's U23 team at the Paris 2024 Olympics, his stock is expected to rise further. A strong tournament on home soil could see his value skyrocket, and City may look to wrap up a deal before the games begin, avoiding a bidding war. It's also worth noting that Guardiola has previously spoken positively about French youth development, and City have recently invested in young French talents like Claudio Gomez and Yann Couto, loaned to French sides. Cherki could become the next jewel in that crown. Conclusion: destiny in sky blue? Rayan Cherki's message to Pep Guardiola isn't just about ambition, it's about vision. It's about a player who sees his playing style mirrored in the most successful tactical system in modern football. It's about a young star hungry for greatness and seeking the ideal mentor to guide him. Whether City acts on Cherki's message this summer remains to be seen, but the pieces are falling into place. Rayan are open to a sale. Guardiola wants more creativity. The player wants the move. The timing feels perfect. As Pep Guardiola often says, you cannot play well without passion. In Rayan Cherki, there is plenty of it. And maybe, just maybe, City's next magician is already knocking at the door.